Hiya, welcome back to the channel. Today we are carrying on with the job that we just started off the other day. The brakes. Well, what started out to be the brakes, it has now progressed to a bit more. Now I'm just cleaning everything up, labelling everything up and putting it all in order so I know what's what. Then we're going to start taking the parts apart. Ram's done it. Taking everything apart, checking out what everything is and seeing what we need to order. Okay, so here we've got all the parts labelled up, as you can see. That way nothing can get lost. And then over here we have all the big bits. We've got the swivel housing, the hub and disc, the near side front drive shaft, stub axle and the caliper and the mud shield. And over here are a load of miscellaneous parts that I had in my little storage box. I've got a load of new seals, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stripping some of these bits down. Some of them I don't need to worry about. The swivel joint, I'm just going to clean it up, clean all the old oil out, make sure that the seals are okay. I may have to swap the seal and the back of the swivel joint, but I know that the swivel bearings are okay because I did them not so long ago. The hub I'm going to have to strip down anyway to fit the new brake disc, so that's going to get stripped down with a new seal, re-grease the bearings and fit it all back together. The stub axle is going to get thrown away. It's too corroded for my liking. There's some grooves in it and I'm not happy with it, so I'm going to get a new one. I'm not sure if they come with a new bearing and seal, so I'll have to probably just wait and see till it comes. And then we can start work on this caliper. I'm going to break the calipers apart, strip them down and redo the pistons and seals and all that, so they'll all be like brand new. That's the theory anyway. Every time I seem to be doing a job at the minute it seems to go absolutely mental and I have to do a lot more. So looking at the end of the drive shaft, I can see there's quite a lot of rust and crap in these splines, and it's started to get a little bit corroded there. Now my theory is this drive flange, this is a heavy duty drive flange with a nut that goes on the end, and this slots onto the end of the drive shaft and that's how it all fastens on. Now in here there was an O-ring. It was too big, it didn't seem to seal very well, and that is where I think the fault's come. I think it's not been a watertight seal and water's got in and started to corrode there, and it's run down the drive shaft and just caused a load of problems. I think also it's that's caused the problems with the stub axle. If you look at a standard flange, so if you look at a standard drive flange, they have a rubber cap that goes on the end, and that creates a watertight seal. I had these on before I bought the heavy duty ones. I had these on for quite a while, never had any problems with them. I just thought heavy duty would be a bit more, I don't know, a bit better. But I actually think these are better, and I'm going to revert back to using these. I think that will solve a lot of the problems. Okay, so now we're going to start on this hub. We're going to take the inner seal out, the hub seal. It's definitely worn away, it's knackered, and then we're going to take the bearing out, which should be okay. I'm going to give it all a good clean up and see what it looks like. I've got a seal puller here. As you can see, the seal has knackered on this edge. So using the seal puller, we're just going to hook it out. Like that. You can see it's definitely seen better days. And then out comes the wheel bearing. I did actually replace the bearings with Timken ones probably a year or so ago, so this shouldn't be in that bad condition. Pop it in its bag so no contamination can happen, and then when we put that back together we'll re-grease it and pop it back in. Now we're going to clean all the old grease out of here and start taking the disc off. Now when it comes to removing the disc, I've got a little trick for doing this. Makes it a lot easier. So a little trick, get your wheel, flip it over, pop your hub in your wheel, it's not going anywhere, long bar, nice and easy, and then you just wind them out. Now I can move it onto the bench and just undo the bolts. Keep all of them, put them in a bag. Now this disc might be quite solid onto the hub and you might need to give it a tap. Because I'm not keeping the disc, I'm not too bothered about damaging it, so I'm just going to give it a whack. It's coming. There we go. Okay, so the disc is knackered and is going in the bin anyway. The hub, I'm going to give it a good clean up. It's gone a bit rusty on this edge. Bit of wire wool, wire brush, should clean it all up. I'm going to clean all these edges up as well and give it all a right good degrease and give it a coat of paint. That's all we can do with that now. We don't need to take the bearing races out because we're not changing the bearings. The bearings are actually in good condition and they weren't done that long ago. So we'll just make sure that's nice and clean and that can go to one side. Now the stub axle. There's not a lot I need to do with this because it's going to go in the bin. The only thing I need to do is have a look. I'll keep it to one side and I'll just see if it looks like there's a seal in the middle, and then we've got a what looks like a bearing. Yeah, that's a bearing there. So I may have to purchase a new bearing and a new seal for the new stub. I don't know whether they'll come with them. They probably won't, knowing Land Rover. Yeah. So we need a new bearing, a new seal and a new stub. That can go in the bin, but I'll put it to one side for now, just for reference. The next job is the swivel joint. We're going to get that, give it all a good clean up and take all the old oil out of that. let's have a look at it. So again, with this, I don't really need to do much with it. Just want to clean it all out, clean all the old oil out, and check the back. That seal looks okay to me. What I might do is see how much that seal is and maybe fit a new one. They're probably only a couple of quid, if that. While I'm at it, take that out, put a new seal in there, and we'll put a new seal in here as well. Right. Yeah, there's no play in that swivel at all. That was, like I say, it was done not so long ago. So we'll just clean it all up, put a new seal on, and then it can all go back on. We're going to clean it all up as well and repaint it all so that it all looks nice and clean and new. Right. Now I think the next job is to get the parts catalogue out and see which parts we have and which parts we need. Right, that's all the parts ordered. Hopefully they shouldn't take too long to arrive. While I'm waiting, I'm going to get everything cleaned up and painted, ready for the new parts to be fitted. Join me next time when we'll be doing all that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.